Welcome to the big room at the Alternative Station. Pleased to have some old friends back, and a fairly old friend joining other old friends in a band that we all love very much, Watershed, playing tonight at the LC. We'll tell you all about this special evening here in just a few moments, but let's get the boys to play us a song first. It's Watershed in the big room.
All right, here's a brand new one called Sticky Bomb.
To Vaseline and airplane blue. Try to slide away, but I stay stuck to you. And here you go, lighting my fuse. Could you be my sticky bomb? Keep it like a secret, can we keep it so we don't get caught? Oh yeah, oh yeah. I know we know better, but I'm having too much fun to stop. Oh yeah, oh yeah. You got honey on your lips and I got smoke in my hair. Talking cigarettes and now the devil may care. When sees your hand slide up my knee. Could you be my sticky bomb? Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. We only fight about serious things like who was better, the Beatles or the Kings. And we never worry about money. Oh no, oh no, oh no. You kisses like so lots of meaning airplane blue. And try to slide away, but I stay stuck to you. And here you go, lighting my fuse. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Sticky bomb, oh yeah. I wanna run away and come stay the night. I wanna run away and come stay the night. Sticky bomb.
Hey, thank you.
Watershed in the big room. Tonight at the LC, benefit for 101 for the kids, second annual Annie Manathon benefit. The LC Reserve Forever, the night before Thanksgiving. Watershed headlining Nick Tolford, Lydia Lovelace, Fantods. An assortment of acoustic acts will get things started just after the doors open at 6:30. And I guess Joe Peppercorn, now of Watershed, you are in fact performing solo early on this evening as well.
Yeah, I got 2 songs.
So
they got to count.
All right.
Wait, let me get this straight. Joe, you just joined the band. You're already plotting your exit, your solo career. What gives, man?
Wow, that is a good point. Now, I got to be honest, when I heard that Joe Peppercorn was joining Watershed, I go, wow, that makes sense now that you think about it. But at first you go, huh. Now, how did that come about?
Between the coffee shop and the mornings, Joe would stop through and have some coffee, and then at night he works at the Treehouse Tendon Bar, and I tended to stop through.
Oh.
And we had a lot of conversations.
That's how most of your relationships come about.
Over coffee and beer, and at one point we figured it might as well join up. So.
Is that accurate, Joe?
Yeah, it's. They was talking to Colin one day, and he's like, why don't you come and work on some songs with us? And then they started talking about like me being in the band, and I was like, all right. Cool, these are some of my favorite songs, so I'd be crazy to not do this and like have a lot of fun. I don't know.
What's the hardest part about joining Watershed?
Being scared about people hating me for like ruining Watershed. I mean, now if they start to stink, everyone will blame me.
I don't think that's going to happen. Okay, I'll ask you guys the same thing. What's the hardest part about bringing someone of Joe's musical stature into the band?
He makes us all feel bad about how poorly we play our instruments.
See, that's not what I was getting at, but he is a very gifted, talented, multi-instrumental player.
Yeah,
right?
He's great. Yeah, and obviously if you listen to the Wilds, Joe's his main band, it's great stuff. And like I said, he just brings a whole different level. So it hasn't been that hard. It's been pretty easy. It's been great.
Well, the results so far speak for themselves. We just heard one of the new songs, and we're about to hear. Are you going to play American Muscle here too?
Well, we're going to do that, or we're going to do Set the World on Fire and then American Muscle. If that's okay.
That's fine.
Can we play
I was
another
just-
new one for you guys? Is that all right? Everyone cool with that?
Yeah, let's hear another new song.
Now, we've got a bunch of stuff recorded, and we're going to put out a full-length album next year. I should note that Joe Astrike here wrote a book called Hitless Wonders, His Life in Minor League Rock and Roll, and it's coming out like on a big publisher. It's going to be a big book. It's coming out next June, so we figured we would put a record out around that same time and kind of do all that. So we'll be releasing more songs next year, and here's a sneak preview, as it were, of a song called Set the World on Fire.
All right, Watershed in the big room.
1, 2, 3, 4. Smoke is rising in your eyes, but you still don't have a clue. I set the world on fire to light the way for you. Thought I was laying blood on the tracks, but I was playing it cool. I set the world on fire to light the way for you. Whoa, whoa, why? Whoa, whoa, why? Whoa, whoa, why? The streets are covered in ashes. I trace your name in the residue. I set the world on fire to light the way for you. The skin is scorched in the air above. It's turning from black to blue. I set the world on fire to light the way for you. Whoa, whoa, why? Whoa, whoa, why? Whoa, whoa, why? Give me a sign that we're gonna make it through. But just a subtle smile that will do. Whoa, whoa, why? Whoa, whoa, why? Whoa, whoa, why? Give me a sign that we're gonna make it through. But just a subtle smile. That would do. That would do. That would do. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Watershed in the big room. Tonight at the LC, headlining the Andy Manathon Benefit Show. $10. Come on down. Tickets at the door. It's going to be a great evening, topped off by Watershed.
Yeah, we're really obviously honored to be a part of it, and it's an incredible bill. You have to come down tonight. All these bands that are playing, Nick Tolford, Liddy Loveless, Phantods are great. And if you come in, we're going to give everyone a download code. You can get the 2 new Watershed songs for free.
Nice.
So if you're on the fence for some stupid reason and you're even considering not coming down, there's a little more sweetener. So you come down, you get the new Watershed songs for free too. So come on down.
Don't you all have relatives you need to get away with or from as soon as possible?
Oh yeah.
Clearly, they have jobs they need to get away from. That's why they're here.
Something. Now, you mentioned the book, Hitless Wonder. When did you start writing this book, Joe?
Man, it seems like decades ago, doesn't it? I was waiting for the end to write itself. That's what's taken so long.
Oh, okay. Well, you guys keep going, though. So,
Do we?
yeah.
Do we, Brian?
Yeah. So you don't have to end the book.
We just kind of figured
With
with
an
the way
ending.
Biggie drives, it ended some kind of fiery van crash, and then it would really boost sales, but it hasn't happened yet. So I probably shouldn't joke about it.
Maybe it should be a choose your own ending book. You know, remember those? Yeah, I don't know. Now, seriously though, I mean, quite an undertaking, and it's one thing to write a book, but then you have to get a publisher. and then the editors dive in. And how many rewrites? Do you remember?
About 5.
Wow.
Yeah. I did most of those myself, though. But I got to say, the hardest part of the whole process has been getting permission to use lyrics in the book. And, like, Colin is holding out on me. This guy's charging me like $1,000 to quote from Small Doses in the book.
It's business. What can I say? We got separate managers. It's nothing personal.
Yeah. Well, I can understand
So it's
that.
always the things you don't expect, Brian,
Yeah.
So after 20 years together, we'd be good like that. Throw me, small doses.
We'll see. We're getting close, price-wise.
Well, hopefully you guys can work it out.
Yeah, we haven't read the book yet either, so people are asking what's in it. So.
Apparently somebody's read it, though. You got a rather large commitment for a blurb from an author, didn't you, just the other day?
Yeah, I got a nice little blurb from Tom Perrotta, the guy that wrote Election and Little Children in his new book, The Leftovers. He read the book. He liked it. He was nice enough to say that he liked it in print. So that's cool. It's a good
That makes
start.
your publisher excited. When are we going to read this?
June. Comes out in June.
I've been waiting for this book forever.
Me too, man.
Me too.
Could you send me like maybe an excerpt or something at least?
I could pull some strings and see if I can get you an advance copy of the galleys, as we say in the biz.
I'd like that
The
very
galleys.
much. Now, just one more thing on the book, because I've enjoyed over the years, usually over malted grain beverages, your stories. The stories go on and on from the beginning to now. You guys have so many great stories about what it's like to be a band out on the road struggling. They're usually funny. They're usually a little bit tragic. Is that kind of the gist of the book? Have you used at least some of those in the book?
If I've done my job well, funny and tragic. Actually, maybe the title of the book should be Funny and Tragic.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, really.
All right. Well, I can't wait to read it.
Yeah, but mostly funny. Yay!
All right. Watershed here in the big room. Joe Peppercorn just joined the band, and they're going to play another new song. And this one, I would have to say, if there's one that I've heard that marks a departure and marks his entry into the band, it would be American Muscle, right?
Yeah, definitely. We're using keyboards for the first time, so we're edging a little bit closer to Styx territory, which is new for us. But no, it's a really funny song, and it's kind of our take on Watershed being too big to fail and bankers and all this stuff. So Joe Peppercorn kills it on the keys, so it's something a little different. We thought it'd be good to get it out in advance of the record, just to kind of keep everyone on their toes, kind of shake everybody up.
Probably shouldn't have set it up with the word Styx, though, because it doesn't make me think.
I
of
was
Styx.
kidding. It
It's
was a
like
joke.
this honky tonk piano part on that I really.
Oh yeah, no, it's nothing like that. So disregard that. If you're listening in your car, that was a bad joke. Forget
It's
that.
actually more like Great White.
Yeah, probably. Touch a rat. And of course, ICP. Once you've been with the clowns, you can't take it out of you.
Down with the clown, right on.
Are we ready? Should we do it here for everybody? Yeah. All right, Mr. Dave Masco, let's start this thing.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Rolling my dough through the streets of Zurich City on the Bahnhofstrasse. The girls look at me giddy, baby, when I whip my fat wad out. I whisper sweet nothings about mergers and acquisitions, and back at your flat, watch me leverage my position, baby. Put the liquidity in your assets now. I'll offer you a real attractive stimulus package, prime you, pump and bail you right out. Abate all your tax, pay for you and greenbacks, 'cause the girls can't get enough of my American muscle now. Can't get enough of his American muscle. Can't get enough of his American muscle. I'm all lawyered up to dodge the regulators and the Treasury secretaries. No, nothing investigators, baby. I got the Swiss tax sheltering down. I sailed through Fordham and Wild and back at Wharton. I dominated Davos at the Economic Forum, baby. The Queen of Jordan won't stop calling me now. I loosen up your credit and buy your troubled debt up. We can make this transaction go down. About to blow your top with my default swap, 'cause the girls can't get enough of my American muscle now. Can't get enough of his American That's right. muscle. Can't get enough of his American Trickle down, Joe. So you can set the yen burning and keep your pound sterling, your Deutschmark and your Dinari crown. Divest yourself of rupees, 'cause my dollar's got rupees. The girls can't get enough of my American muscle now. Can't get enough of his American muscle. Said the girls can't get enough of my American muscle now. Can't get enough of his American muscle. The girls can't get enough of my American muscle. Can't get enough of his American muscle. You said that right. Can't get enough of his American muscle. Go out, Milton Friedman on you. Can't get enough of his American muscle. Can't get enough of his American muscle.
Ain't that something?
Watershed in the big room. American Muscle. I could hear Dr. John singing that song. That's the kind of groove that has. Outstanding.
Thank you very much.
Very great song, and I look forward to an entire album of new stuff sometime around when Joe's book comes out in June.
Yep.
June.
Now, has there been any talk perhaps to put the album in with the book? At least some of the copies?
We are doing a sort of marketing synergy thing,
Yeah.
releasing the album and the book at the same time.
Yeah.
And you would think that we would be, just kind of make it easy for people to buy the book and the CD at the same time. But here's the thing. Our lawyers won't let the publishers have the rights to our songs. Colin's holding out again.
Yeah. That's
So
where
we
it gets
got to
tricky.
do it separate. We got to keep it separate.
Well, part of the problem is I sold my publishing to Catman in a card game I lost, and he's holding out. So it's complicated,
see.
people. Really complicated. But yeah, maybe I'm
had
sure
no
we'll do
idea.
some kind of big event where you come to the show, you get the book and you get the CD, and it's a big old party, and
Yeah.
everyone goes home happy.
Is it tough to keep this band going at this point only because of just pure geography? Because Joe lives in South Carolina where he teaches college and writes and
Yeah, I mean-
smokes a pipe on his porch.
I mean, it's
Don't forget about the corduroy jacket and
Yeah,
the elbow
right.
patches.
it's not ideal, but in a way, as you get older in life and you get different commitments, it also focuses us. We only have so much time. Like, we went to record this record, we literally stayed in the studio. Like, we didn't leave. Like, I didn't shout. We stayed. We got like 10 days, and we moved in. So when we get together, it's all about the music. So that probably gives us a little focus too. But certainly, we'd like to have Joe around a little more if possible.
As opposed when you used to all decamp to Michigan to Tim Pallaton's studio, and every night he would go, "Let's go bowling."
Oh yeah, we spent like
Or you
2
sit
years
around-
on a record, but it probably was more like 3 days. Total
That's really
work.
what it comes down to. We have less time to bowl.
Yeah.
Now that I've
Cut out the bowling.
All
Pretty
right,
much
so
out
the
of the
geography focuses the band.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, for sure.
I like that. Good. All right. Watershed playing tonight at the LC, the Andy Manathon benefit, $10 at the door. Watershed, Nick Tolford, Lydia Lovelace, Andy Harrison playing with Lydia Lovelace tonight.
Yep, we just saw him last night over at 1305 Curios. Always
Yeah.
good to see our friend Andy.
Yeah. And Fantods and an assortment of acoustic artists opening the evening as doors open at 6:30, including Joe Peppercorn doing a couple of songs solo tonight.
Joe, do you know what time you're playing?
I think at 7:30.
There you go.
All right. Very good.
Cool.
So get there on time. And remember, Watershed, you're giving out download codes for the 2 new songs.
Yeah, the
tonight,
new
right?
single. We got a whole Watershed Central. The whole new website's been redesigned. It's all going great. And if you come out tonight, you get a download code for American Muscle and Sticky Bomb. So you get 2 new tunes too. So just trying to entice people to come out, obviously, for the Andy Manathon show. It's obviously a cause we all care deeply about. So please come out and support
And
it.
the DVD the HD production of last year's show will be on sale tonight as well. I believe,
Yeah,
for
and if you haven't
$15.
seen that, or you
we
missed
saw it
one-
at Studio 35. It was amazing.
They did
amazing
an
work.
amazing job. I couldn't believe it was us when I was listening to it. I don't know what they did, but it sounds great. Everyone sounds great. So kudos to the crew for putting that together. And this is something you want to pick up too. It's for a great cause, and it really is a little time capsule of Columbus music, and it's going to be a cool thing.
So bring your money, and we'll see you there tonight. How about one more song from Watershed here in the big room?
All right, we're going to do a fast one. Everyone up for that? Breaking this room. We're doing Mercurochrome for everybody. All right, so here we go.
White noise, I'm picking my poison, rhythm and codeine. I'm losing, what's the point of choosing when heads is a noose, tails is a guillotine? But I can feel that sting, telling me that something's working. Or maybe I'd do best to ingest the medicine chest. This time tomorrow, I'll be gone. The more it hurts, the more it works. Mercurochrome, Mercurochrome. The more it hurts, the more it works. Mercurochrome. We're all 10 paces, our little pink traces ain't gonna help when I believe. From what they say about what doesn't kill you, Charles Atlas got nothing on me. But then he's probably dead, buried in a beach towel with some poet, off in a better place, while I'm down here standing my place. And this time tomorrow, I'll be gone. The more it hurts, the more it works. Mercurochrome. And I must be feeling just swell, 'cause leaving you hurts like hell. This time tomorrow, I'll be gone. The more it hurts, the more it works. Mercurochrome, Mercurochrome. The more it hurts, the more it works. Mercurochrome. The more it hurts, the more it works. Mercurochrome. The more it hurts, the more it works. Mercurochrome. The more it hurts, the more it works. Mercurochrome.
Thank you. Thanks, Brian. Thanks, CD 1025.
Watershed in the big room. I thank you so much for being here, you guys. You brought me and so many people that I care about so much happiness over the years, and it just does my heart good to see you guys all in the same room, playing new stuff, playing the stuff that we love, and you continue to be a vital force, and that's what it's really all about.
Well, thanks, and thanks to you guys for all you do for the music community. Obviously, it's huge. So we're here. We're honored to be a part. We're really flattered, so thank you so much.
And at the LC tonight, $10. All proceeds go to charity. Nobody's making a dime except the charities. I think even the LC are like, just taking that money and just
Yeah, it's
off
great.
it
No, it's
goes.
really.
And
Yeah.
we appreciate Scott Steinecker and the whole staff down there for opening their doors and helping
Absolutely.
to make all this possible. Doors at 6:30, Watershed, Nick Tolford, Lydia Lovelace, Fantods, some acoustic artists, starting the evening off just after doors at 6:30, including the new member of Watershed, Joe Peppercorn. All right, thank you all for being here. I hope you'll come to the show tonight. We return things now to Control Central.